Hello, I hope this video finds you doing well. Please take the time to view this tutorial in full, as it will help you navigate the site and inform you of what should be completed before class. I will be teaching Exploring Feminist Theology with a feminist pedagogical approach. This means that the class aims to help you, the learner, grow emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually. Because exploring feminist theology with library technology utilizes the flipped classroom model, it is very important that you prepare for the projects we will complete. We will complete the projects during class time, so your preparation outside of class is key. At this point, I hope you have read the lesson unit description. If not, go to the home page and thoroughly read the lesson unit description, which I have provided for you here. An essential question of this lesson is, what does God / the goddess look like to you? Once you understand the purpose and goals of the lesson, continue watching this tutorial. Throughout this tutorial, I will show you how to access particular parts of the site and learn more about the projects. The projects, which I will call seasons, and you'll learn why later, are completed during class time. However, before class, you should 1. Thoroughly read the course description. 2. Watch this tutorial. 3. Watch the preliminary video materials. 4. View the Goddess Gallery. 5. Read the 4 assigned texts. And 6. Prepare for the projects by viewing the technology tutorials that I have offered. The rest of this tutorial goes into detail about how to navigate through the site to access the certain materials that I would like for you to have ready for class. I hope that you enjoy watching this tutorial and that it proves helpful for you as you navigate the website. I hope the lesson unit is thoroughly engaging to you and that you gain a deeper perspective of feminist theology. Once you have finished watching this video tutorial that I have made for you, you can go to the next step, which is the preliminary video materials section. Open this tab and you'll find 2 videos that serve as great preliminary sources for the overall course and the course required readings. The 2 videos that I have listed here depict 2 feminist theologians. The first video shows a female theologian speaking about her personalized perception of God. The second video details Sister Forcades as she discusses her new book, The History of Feminist Theology. These videos are really great overviews, and they're very brief, and they will really prepare you to think critically about certain religious symbols. So after watching these 2 videos, I have a discussion space here for you. The discussion space allows you to interact with your other classmates and talk about your feelings and emotional reactions to these 2 videos. After you have interacted with your classmates in this small forum and shared your emotional reactions to the videos, you can go to the next step of the lesson unit, which is the preliminary Goddess Gallery. On this page, I've provided for you a slideshow that consists of various pieces of art that depict goddesses from various ancient cultures. As you look through the images, which are statues or figurines, think about how the images disrupt Western notions of ideal femininity. Think about how these depictions are subversive to Western notions of beauty. Just let these images speak to you, and think about the types of thoughts that come about. Overall, the idea of envisioning God as female or as feminine isn't really new or revolutionary at all. Goddesses have pervaded religious systems throughout history. So once you have reflected on these images, you can use this discussion forum space as an outlet to write about your feelings and how the images relate in any way to your own social identity. After viewing the images in the goddess gallery and engaging with other participants in the class via this little forum, you're going to go to the next step, which is step 2. Go to the required reading option. For this lesson, there are 4 required readings, and what you'll do is you will click on the circular images to access the 4 different readings. The first reading is an encyclopedia entry article that I wrote about Carol P. Christ. The second reading is one of her most famous works called Why Women Need the Goddess, which was written in 1978. The third text is actually a reflection piece on the previous article that Christ wrote 35 years later. Then the fourth text is actually a blog post by Carol Christ called The Sacred Feminine or Goddess Feminism, which is on her personal blog. So after reading these 4 required articles and texts, you're going to complete a small form. Basically, this form tests your comprehension of Christ's works, but it's also a space where you can write about your own emotional reaction to Christ's writing and the concepts that she proposes within her words and her overall texts. This forum is really a space for you. It's a space where you can explore your own feelings. After you have completed the required readings, you can now go to the Looking Ahead section of the website. Step 1 and Step 2 are the steps that should be completed before class time, but the Looking Ahead section will detail the projects or the dialogues that we will be working on / engaging with within the classroom time. I have titled these different projects as Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4 to correlate to the different seasons that Carol Christ talks about when she discusses the goddess symbolism. Go ahead and click on the Season 1 tab. The Season 1 tab features an interactive creative art project that merges technology with the art of collage. You will be making a goddess collage using the website called Glogster. Please read over the assignment details before coming to class. For more information about how to use Glogster, you can watch these 3 different tutorials here. They're very short. Watching these tutorials will help you make the most out of your class time. They will teach you how to utilize the basic elements of Glogster to create aesthetically pleasing products. This specific project will hopefully let you visualize the goddess symbolism and how it pertains specifically to your life and your own personal experience. Season 2 is a slightly more complicated project. I've titled Season 2, Letting Her Speak for Herself. Basically, this particular project is a video project in which learners in the class will take prominent female figures and religious systems and offer them a voice. Participants of the class will write scripts inhabiting the female goddess, deity, or religious figure of their choosing. Students will imagine what the figure might say about how she is represented in art or history. Using lip-syncing animation software, learners will record their scripts and have the ability to make their figure appear as though she is speaking. I have provided an example of the project which I made for myself.
My name is Mary Magdalene. Art history, with its patriarchal leanings, has a tradition of depicting me as a prostitute. Bare-breasted and often cloaked in red, I'm displayed as the Bible's penitent whore, the one.
Basically, within this example, I've animated Mary Magdalene from the Bible. Essentially, my script gives her a voice and lets her speak. She discusses her feelings concerning the way art history has represented her, and she details her role in spreading Christianity. To view an example of my script, you can click on this icon. Before coming to class, read through these directions thoroughly so you have a good idea of how to approach the project. For the first step, I want you to pick a goddess, female deity, or female religious figure. Within the directions, I've given you an extensive list of examples of goddesses, deities, or religious figures that you can choose from. These figures are from different religions such as Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, or many other types of religions that feature goddesses or prominent female figures. For the second step, you're going to give the figure that you chose a voice and write a script for her. For the third step, you're going to be using Crazy Talk version 8 software to animate her. Please read these directions to understand more about the animation software. I've also provided for you tutorials about the basics of using Crazy Talk version 8. These basic tutorials give you an idea of how to take an image of the goddess of your choosing and animate her face to where it appears as she is talking through the words that you have recorded in your script. You do not necessarily have to watch the videos in full, but just have a clear concept of how to use the software. Your overall product will appear as though the goddess, female deity, or religious figure that you have chosen has a voice and is speaking about her representation within art or throughout history. Season 3 is the presentation portion of this lesson unit. Is really a time of sharing. Participants in the class can share the projects that they made on Glogster and on Crazy Talk. As they present to the class, they can explain why certain images in the Glogster collage were included and how Carol Christ's text informed the decision-making process. The other part of the presentation is about showing a portion of the lip sync video that you created through your character portrayal. Talk about what it was like giving that female deity or goddess or female religious figure an actual voice. What was it like giving her words to speak? Presentations are very informal and they should take around 4 to 8 minutes. And if you're really quiet and feel uncomfortable with sharing, that's okay. You don't have to share. But this time is really best utilized as an explanation of how Carol Christ's text on feminist theology shape our own creative application. Season 4 is a very discursive part of the lesson unit. Season 4 is coming together and uniting as one within a group discussion. So, in this group discussion, we will share with each other our own thoughts and feelings about the text via group dialogue. Participation in discussion is really important, but I want to facilitate the space to make sure that it remains very safe for all learners involved. Participants will guide the discussion, but I have offered questions here that can get you thinking at a more critical level about Carol Christ's text. We can discuss these questions within our group dialogue, or we can let the discussion progress naturally on its own. It's really up to you. This is actually your class, so I want you to decide how it best fits you. So please read through some of these questions that you would maybe like to bring up within the class space whenever we have our discussion. After reading through the questions, if you feel like you have additional ones that you would like to propose to the class, feel free to propose those as well. Once the lesson unit is finished and you have completed all the different projects/seasons, you can go to the additional information tab. You can click on supplementary materials, where I've provided you different videos and various resources that you can access. If you are really interested in feminist theology and this goddess symbology that Carol Christ champions, these videos should be of really great interest to you. And I've also included other resources about Carol Christ's other work. I highly suggest this video right here, which is a TED Talk from Natalie Weaver. Her Catholic feminist lens assesses how Christian and Catholic religions posit intersex individuals within the margins. Overall, these resources can deepen your level of critical thinking about religious symbols and develop your overall understanding of goddess symbols. Another facet of this course that I would like to stress is the course evaluation and feedback section. So, once again, after you have completed the lesson unit and participated in the projects, I would really love for you to fill out the lesson evaluation below. And I really appreciate detailed feedback so I can understand at a deeper level what parts of the course worked well for learners and also what parts of the course I can improve on. There's also a contact me section within this site. I've included my contact information and different avenues about which you can get in contact with me. And also on every page within this website, I've included my contact information at the bottom. So if after finishing the lesson unit, you would like to give me advice about how to better instruct this lesson in the future, I'd greatly appreciate that. Or if you have any questions or concerns while you are doing the readings or participating within the projects, feel free to contact me then as well. Overall, I hope this video tutorial has helped you understand how to navigate the website for this lesson unit. I hope this tutorial gives you some clarity about the steps to take to most efficiently learn within this course. If you have any questions, please contact me at the contact information that I've provided throughout the website. Thank you for taking the time to view this tutorial, and I cannot wait to see you in class time so I can participate with you in the flipped classroom environment. I really look forward to everything that we're going to get to learn together. Thank you. Bye.